I was on my way of going to bed, and this trade happens. Now, Luka Doncic is a Laker, and Anthony Davis is a Mav. This is just insanity. Now, Kendrick Perkins was saying like this is the biggest trade in NBA history. It's one of the biggest, but if you look at the history of it, you got Will Chamberlain going from Philadelphia to the Lakers, Kareem going from Milwaukee to the Lakers, Moses Malone going from Houston to the 76ers. So there's been bigger trades. Hell, Charles Barkley going from the 76ers to the Suns. Hell, even back in the day, like even though it wasn't a huge trade, Chris Webber going from the Bullets to the Kings. So there's been a lot of big trades, but this is one of the biggest. So here's the thing: for the Mavericks side, this makes them a stronger contender in the West. I love Kyrie. I've always loved Kyrie since he's been in Cleveland. He became a little problematic after he left Cleveland, but he's finally settled down in Dallas, and now this is his team. And the fact now that he's the primary ball handler and doesn't have to share it with Luka, now he has a big man in Anthony Davis, and now Anthony Davis can go back to his natural position. I think this man might actually make them a little bit dangerous in the West. I still don't think they have enough to beat OKC. And even if you look at Houston, Houston has a lot of young pieces. So I don't know if Dallas can beat OKC, but I think there'll be a tougher out. So for Dallas, it's a fantastic trade for Dallas, just as for the here and now. For the Lakers, this is for the future. When LeBron eventually retires, which I think will probably be in the next year or two, they'll have Luka there because Luka's only in his mid-20s. The problem with the Lakers right now is they need to find another big body. Listen, I'm not the biggest Anthony Davis fan, but that's like 30 points, and he's still a pretty solid defender. That's a lot gone from that team. And then when you look from the ball handling point of view, since D'Angelo Russell was traded, Austin Reaves has played really well at the point. LeBron doesn't play the point forward as much as he used to, but he still likes the ball in his hands. Now you're throwing in Luka. And even though Luka's gotten used to playing without the ball by playing with Kyrie, which was a good thing, he still likes the ball in his hands. So what does the Lakers end up doing? When Luka gets healthy, most likely Austin Reaves will probably end up going to bench. Luka Doncic will probably end up starting, but then you have to start wondering, they have too many people who need the ball in their hands. So either Austin Reaves will just end up being a six man, or they might trade Austin Reaves, or maybe the beginning of next season they trade Austin Reaves because they have to get bigger. And now the Lakers, they traded their 2029 first round pick. So I think the Lakers have no first round picks for the rest of this decade, which is insane. So by the time LeBron is done, by the time we get to like the Olympics, the Lakers will have no draft picks, no first round draft picks, which is crazy. So they somehow, some way, they have to get those picks back. But man, this is just crazy, crazy, crazy. 'Cause I was saying the other day, I was like, man, the only chip the Lakers really have to trade is Anthony Davis, and they'll never trade him. And the fact that the Dallas would trade Luka Doncic is just mind-boggling to me. I think if Mark Cuban was still owning that team, I don't think he would have ever traded Luka. But since Mark is almost like an ambassador for the Mavs, and he doesn't have a controlling interest, everything is fair game. So what do you guys think about this trade? Like, who got the better of the trade? Is it the Mavs? Is it the Celtics? I'm sorry, is it the Mavs or the Lakers? Oh, this is crazy.